Hello. So this is our spiny crayfish that we find around here. We've got two species that we find around here, and this one is the Conondale spiny crayfish, Euastacus hystricosus. We also get the Mullaney spiny crayfish, which is a bit smaller. These ones are pretty heavily spined, as you can see on the tail here. Lots of spines, and then up the arms, up the back. And yeah, they're wicked animals. We only really get them up in these highland sort of creeks. This is at 300 meters elevation, which is sort of near the lower published boundaries, but I do know that they go even lower. And they like this cool flowing water where there's lots of rainforest coverage. They dig big burrows in the banks, and they've just sort of finished up their breeding cycle, so all the females have probably released their eggs now and their little juveniles, which we hopefully will find down in the creek somewhere. I think this one's probably a male, but I don't know. I'm sure someone else does. And yeah, they're super wicked animals. There's around 50 or so species up and down the eastern seaboard of Australia. And they sort of diverged 50 million years ago or something. Australia used to be covered in lush rainforest. And then climatic changes and the continent shifting meant that Australia progressively got drier and drier, and that rainforest retreated higher and higher into elevations and areas of better soil. So we only sort of have these isolated pockets of rainforest, bushland around where the climate suits, and that's where these guys went up. So pretty much every catchment or surrounding couple of catchments have their own species up and down the eastern seaboard. This one's the Conondale one, found sort of Conondale Range and Blackall Range. This one's actually in the upper Mooloolah River, so it's pretty cool that it's a drainage that's leading down to the coast. I don't know of any records there, which is cool. And they are endangered, mainly due to habitat destruction. So it's really important doing restoration works on any sort of creek lines where it's ex-pastoral or weedy sort of overgrown areas. Just getting that shade onto the water and cooling the water down so that these guys can tolerate it. They get these really cool ectoparasites on them. It's kind of hard to see them. Maybe on the claw there, you can see one reaching out with its little tendril. So it's a type of flatworm. And researchers kind of say it's not a true parasite. Like, they don't really slow the animal down, but they might also help the animal to keep it clean. And yeah, it's just one of those creatures that you fall in love with when you first find them, because they're quite a large crayfish. Really sort of one of those rarer, every now and then you find one on the creek, and it's cool to find one out during the daytime too, because they're usually nocturnal. They have this beautiful blue colouring, but they also come in sort of an orange colour. And yeah, that's your spiny crayfish. Very cool animal. Bye bye.